In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you several ways to stay fresh and clean while you're out car camping, van lifing, RVing, hiking, anywhere where you don't have ready access to a lot of water and you want to be able to stay out boondocking for longer, but you don't want to use up all your water by having a shower. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Susan, and today we are in my little Toyota motorhome named Honey. The place where I learned basically to stay clean without a lot of water has been at our cabin up in the Yukon. We spend several months every year there, usually fall into the winter. All the water that we need in our cabin has to come from a lake, which is down the hill from the cabin. So we either have to carry it up in buckets, or we hook up a fire pump that we pump the water up from the lake into the buckets that are at the cabin. Or in the wintertime, we have to drill through several feet of ice and load the buckets of water from the lake into a sled behind our skidoo and haul it up to the cabin. We try to conserve as much water as we can in the cabin just so we don't have to keep on going down and getting water, because it's a lot of work, especially having to drill through several feet of ice. If you want to see how we get water at our cabin, I have videos on my other channel called Little Cabin in the Yukon where I show you using the fire pump as well as going down to the lake to get water in the wintertime. And I'll leave links down in the description for anything I talk about in this video. In Honey, I do have a shower. I have a bathroom and it has a working shower. But I try not to use it because Honey's water tank is quite small. She's just a little RV and she can't carry a lot of weight. So I try to cut down on how much water I use so I don't have to carry as much. That shower is full of things because there's not a lot of storage for large things in Honey. I end up storing it in the shower. But I have used the shower. It still works fine. I just haven't needed to use it for years, probably since I think 2017. So that's what, 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. Gracie is being particularly affectionate at the moment, wanting attention. Crazy cat. Go on, you. Gracie. Oh, dear cat. So with Gracie's help, I've gathered all the things that I have used over the years and still use to keep myself clean while I'm traveling. When my husband and I are traveling in our travel trailer, we usually go on for several months and we do use the shower bathtub combo in the trailer. The only issue is the use of the water. So we try to have a shower just before we're going to dump our tanks. In between those showers, I have other things that I use to keep myself feeling fresh and clean. The first item I want to talk about is one that most people know about, and that's baby wipes. They are kind of an essential item for travelers. You've got a nice wet little wipe that you can wash your feet, you can wash your armpits, you can wash your private areas. They're really convenient and they're not expensive. Baby wipes are something that you definitely want to add to your stay clean regime. If you ever find that your pack ends up being left open by mistake and they all dry out inside, like maybe when your RV's in storage, all I do is I run some water in here from the tap, let it fill up, squish it around, and they're all moist again. You don't have to buy a new pack. They're not wasted if they go dry. The next thing, which is like baby wipes, but a little bit different, are the flushable wipes. Now, these are basically baby wipes, but they fall apart a lot faster than baby wipes do. So I keep these beside the toilet in the RV so that if we feel like we need to use one after going to the bathroom, they're right there. Don't flush them in the RV toilet. Even though it says flushable, it doesn't mean flushable for RVs. There's actually a list on the back of the wipes that tells you where not to flush them. Septic tanks and RV toilets are two of the things you should not flush these into. You can also buy cloths that are specifically made for travelers, nomads, campers to use for washing off. They'll be larger than a baby wipe, but they'll also be quite a bit more expensive. So I haven't bothered to buy those. I find the baby wipes work just great. While we're on the topic of wipes, these are face wipes that I use and have used for several years. They're just the Equate Walmart brand. I have tried other more expensive brands, but honestly, I find these ones are better than those ones. I find they're a little bit bigger and they do a better job of cleaning off your mascara if you wear mascara. They're not going to make you magically lose wrinkles if you buy a more expensive brand. So I really recommend the Quake brand from Walmart, and you can buy them in a single pack, and I think you can buy them in double packs a little bit cheaper. They're not expensive. A lot of times they'll be on sale, so I grab a few extra ones at that point. But yeah, they're really handy, and they do a good job of cleaning your face. So yeah, if you're looking for something specifically for your face, I highly recommend these ones. As far as having a full-on shower, when you don't have a shower like I do in Honey or we have in the trailer, you can buy these at Walmart pretty cheaply. And I'm pretty sure there's different ones on Amazon or whatever, and I'll leave some links down below if you want to take a look. But these are plastic bags that are black. And the idea is that you fill them up with water, with cold water, and you leave them in the sun. And then you hoist them up, and you can, by gravity, the water comes out of the bag down a little pipe with a nozzle on the end that's a little shower nozzle, and you can have a shower wherever you happen to be. This one is still in the box because I've never used this one. I keep it in Honey just in case I want to use it, but it doesn't take up a lot of room. So I do have this one just in case, but I've never used this one. We do use this system for showering at our cabin. We fill up a big pot with water and put it on the wood stove. We fill the bag with the warm water, and then we suspend it from the ceiling of our cabin above a galvanized bathtub that we have up there that we put a little stool in. And one of us will use the nozzle and the other one is busy shampooing and washing and stuff. So we can shut it on and off. We don't use all of the water from the bag. Even for me with my long hair, it doesn't take the whole bag to wash and rinse. It's worked for us for years. If you're camping, you're probably going to want to use it outside. Then you might want to make yourself a little shower enclosure if you're going to use it fairly often. So the next product that I have been using for a couple of years now is this handy little bottle. It's kind of like a mini bidet. It has a nozzle that has a corner in it, but it also has a straight-on one. The nozzle has tiny little holes in it, which make it so that it sprays and it's not just a solid stream. The nozzle can be turned so you can reach different areas of your body. You do need to have the bottle upside down in order for the water to go out there, but it makes it so you can squeeze water, wash your armpits, do your private area. If you feel like you need something more than just a little wet wipe to clean yourself off, this can be really handy. The issue, of course, would be that you need to be either outside or in a shower stall to be able to use it. Otherwise, you're going to get water running all over the floor. Somewhere where you can strip down and give yourself a good squirt. And it's all kept together in this little plastic bag. The next method is just using a good old face cloth and a bowl of warm water. Just heat your water up in your kettle or a pot and use that water with a face cloth to just wipe yourself all over and get clean. You can put some body wash in here if you feel like you need soap, but then you're going to need to use a fresh bowl of water to wipe all the soapy water off of you, because it's not a good idea to leave soap residue on your body. If you use Castile soap, you don't have to rinse Castile soap off. It's perfectly safe to leave it on your body. When I use this method, I don't use soap. I use a Norwex cloth. If you watched my car camping video about how to poop and pee in your car, you'll know that I love Norwex products, and I have a lot of them. I don't sell Norwex products. I don't get any kickbacks from Norwex for promoting their product. I just really like them, and I think they're a great idea. Now, this cloth here is a body cloth. The labels tell you what kind of cloth it is, and you can see it says body on there. So this is designed to use on your body. The joy of the Norwex cloths is you don't need to use any soap. With their kitchen cloths, you don't need to use any cleanser for your countertop or your sink. You just use the cloth. It's the same with their body cloths. You don't need to use soap. I just use the Norwex body cloth and a bowl of warm water. I give myself a good wash down and I'm good to go. The science behind these cloths is kind of amazing. They are infused with silver, which kills the germs and bacteria that you wipe off of your body. Now, along with that, they also make face ones. These are like really soft, almost suede-like feeling cloths that you can clean your face with. You can see this one has face on it. It's quite a bit smaller than the body cloth, but you don't really need a big one for your face. They're super soft, and I have been washing my face with one of these things for several years. I don't use any cleansers or any kind of soap on my face or in the bathtub. I just use my body cloth in the bathtub as well. I really do like the Norwex products, and I do use them every day wherever I am, at home or traveling. I use these ones when I am removing makeup at night, but this is the one that I really feel cleans my skin. Even after using one of those wipes, I will still grab my Norwex face cloth and wet it and just give myself a good wipe off. I just feel cleaner after using water, I think. If you get the chance to go to a Norwex party, you should go. No soap, no cleaners, what's not to love? Still using these cloths, but getting rid of the bowl, I always keep a spray bottle of water. Now, this is a glass bottle. I like the glass, but one of the joys of it being a dark brown bottle is I can stick it outside in the sunshine and it will actually warm up the water in the bottle a lot faster than if it was just a clear bottle. And then basically I just do the same thing that I did with the bowl full of water with my Norwex cloths. With a spray bottle, you can spray the area that you want to clean. It doesn't use up a lot of water, but it gets you wet enough to be able to remove the dirt. So these are really good for cleaning your feet, as well as for even just spraying your underarms or your private areas or your back, wherever you want to wash. So basically the spray bottle and the bowl of water are pretty much the same kind of thing, but I find the spray bottle uses a lot less water and still does a really good job. So if you look at my hand, I'm sprayed my hand twice and you can see it's wet and it's dripping. That's just 2 little sprays. You can either spray it on your body or you can spray it on the cloth and then wash yourself off. And really, unless you're into mud wrestling, you really don't need much more than a couple of squirts of water to wash an area on your body. Just saying. So now I've showed you how I go about keeping clean while I'm out and about without having to have a shower or using a lot of water. Now I'm going to show you how I keep my hair clean. And I have a few things here that you may or may not have tried. The first thing is these spray dry shampoos. Now, I am not crazy about these things. For one thing, I think they're way too expensive, but I do have a couple of them because I wanted to try them out. And I really don't like the way my hair feels after I use them. My hair doesn't feel clean after I use these dry shampoos. This is the Suave brand, which is kind of known to be a cheaper brand of shampoo and hairspray and hair products. And this one, I can't even read what it says. Something about Carol's Daughters, I think is what it says. But it cost me $3.99, which is the reason I probably bought it, because I got it at Ross Dress for Less, one of my favorite stores. I use these very rarely, and when I do, it's usually because I've realized that my bangs are maybe kind of getting droopy, and I'll give them a spritz of this stuff just to fluff them up a little bit. My go-to way to clean my hair between shampoos is baby powder. Yep, just baby powder. I have been using baby powder on my hair for years, and it's never failed me. This one I like because it's lavender and chamomile scented, which smells really nice. And it's Walmart brand Equate, so it's pretty inexpensive, quite a bit cheaper than the Johnson & Johnson brand, but I bought this one because of the small size. To use this to clean your hair, you simply take some and shake it into the palm of your hand. This is one way, and I'll kind of distribute it between 2 hands, and then I take it and I'll just fluff it into my hair and just kind of rub it around into your scalp. And what it's doing is it's just absorbing the excess oil that's on your scalp and in your hair. And just kind of like if you were shampooing your hair, just rub it in there. After you've kind of scrubbed the powder into your hair, for me, it's usually my bangs that need to be done more often, is you just take your brush and brush it through your hair, which kind of distributes the powder through the length of your hair, and it'll absorb any excess oil in your hair. I use this several times between shampoos, and I use it at home as well. You can see my hair after I put the powder in, it's not looking powdery or dull. It still has shine. It's been about 4 days since I washed my hair, and I probably won't be washing it again for could be up to a week. I also use baby powder on my body. Baby powder was something that I used on all of my kids. I love the smell of baby powder, especially this lavender stuff. Then they decided that talc was bad, that talc could cause all kinds of issues with babies. If you have any concerns about using powder, I'll leave a link below. If you've heard bad things about using baby powder or any kind of powder on your body, there was just cause for that. They used to use talc to make talcum powder. Now they use cornstarch, and cornstarch is perfectly safe to use on babies as well as adults, but you do want to avoid breathing it in. So be careful when you're putting in your hair that you're not fluffing it up your nose as well. I really like the baby powder method for keeping my hair looking clean between shampoos. Another way to stay clean is wait for it to pour rain, take all your clothes off, and go stand butt naked outside with a washcloth.